What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
It's time to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. We flip that switch and away we go. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another edition. I shouldn't be saying good evening because I don't know where you are in the world. It could be the morning. Welcome to another edition of the Merv Brito Show. My name is Merv Brito, and thank you so much for tuning in, joining us on another beautiful sunny Sunday in this paradise that we get to call home. On today's show.
Oh, right now.
That's you, love.
Oh, hello. That wasn't fair.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We've got heads up than that. Okay.
Justice Rebello.
Okay, so Justice Rebello, he called a People's Movement meeting, and he's come up with a 10-point program to save Goa, essentially. Plus, the ombudsman, the anti-corruption ombudsman, has finally been appointed. Thank the Lord. Also, Kala Academy, apparently there's some real structural issues, and so a lot of taxpayers' money is being wasted. We're talking about the fishermen again in Caranzalem today.
Wonderful. So we've got a lot to talk about, yeah?
Things, and obviously the FC Goa suspended their first team operation.
I don't believe it. I always do this before we jump. Listen, Willie, you've switched already, but I normally do. We try to mix it up a little bit today. And we wanted to give you an introduction, a teaser as to what's coming up on the show today. Ladies and gentlemen, I do what I do here in Goa, and I love what I do. But I couldn't do it without this solid team, all these faces looking at me here in the studio. So we always start the show by introducing and thanking everybody around here that makes this happen, starting with Mr. Ajoy Barreto.
Hey guys, I hope you've not been too caught up in family functions as much as I have been.
Hey, thanks for showing up 5 minutes ago. I had to take that dig. Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella today, he's been working his butt off and he hasn't even broken a sweat. The one and only Mr. Wilbert Cardozo.
Hi guys, hope you're doing well.
And that's like a ditto. What is that? A freaking echo. Say something different. Hope you're doing well. Happy fun day. Happy Sunday.
I'll tell you what you say. You just repeat after me. Hey, sexy lady. I love your show.
I'll give you $1,000 you sing that song, Willie. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got two gentlemen without a mic. Mr. Neil Rodricks, who handles all the social media. Neil, how you doing, buddy?
How's the Josh, guys?
How's the Josh? What's that mean? How's the Josh? What is Josh?
Just
How's your strength? How's your virility?
yes.
Erectile dysfunction. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You can get it hard, you get it done?
The opposite of that.
Okay. That's a good question. How's your Josh? Hope everybody out there listening has a great Josh. Mr. Kirsten Rebello. Kirsten, I said your name wrong.
Ribeiro,
no. Ribeiro-sa. Kirsten, how you doing, buddy? He's a new name in the studio today. Not a lot of people have heard about him. He's helping us out. He's going to try and help us out with social media. We've got to get to a familiar face. I call him the Goan Elvis, the one and only. Son.
You mean bass?
The one and only Mr. Yusuf Mataji.
Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Hope you have a lovely Sunday.
There you go.
I'm in the Merv Brito Show right now. My lovely friends are watching it.
Oh,
Thank
hello.
you so much.
Who's your lovely friend? Female friend? Any chicks?
Fans,
Share
not
one,
friends. Did you say fans?
Fans.
Fans. Well, only fans.
Oh, he'd make a lot of money. He got only Joanne.
Joanne, nice
And
one.
she's on fire today. Ladies and gentlemen, the love of my life, the wordsmith, my fashion designer. And she's not the sandwich queen today because I got
Hey,
nothing for
Liz.
breakfast.
What's wrong?
The one and only Mrs. Joanne Barreto.
Hello, everybody. Nice to be back. I have to say, I was a little bit taken aback at the start of the show because I was a bit envious because Merv's got a new mug to show off today.
I am going to show it off today. And my good buddies, Mr. Arnav, Ronak, and Shurbi, who are in Dehradun right now. They gave me a beautiful present, and I was very blown away. I really like this, dude.
Lovely, isn't it?
I normally use a very boring M on my mug. Arnav, Ronak, and Shurbi, it was lovely to see you guys in Goa. I hope you hurry back. Hope you get your exams. Your exams are going well. And you guys get back here very soon. Thank you for my mug.
And thanks to their dad.
Cheating korna ka, baba. Cheating korna ka tenga.
Cheating there. Exam.
Tu no.
What?
Exam kotta no.
And their dad, the one and only, he's part of the team. He's somebody who's very valuable. He runs the big. He's the big dog downstairs, Mr. Amit Kashyap. So thank you to the family for that lovely cup. Joanne, you got a couple of people you want to wish for their birthdays today.
Well, I do. My lovely niece Scarlett. It's her birthday today.
Scarlett Johansson.
No.
What's her name?
Scarlett. Scarlett Lamplow. Scarlett Carter.
Oh, Scarlett, happy birthday. Linky Pinky's mama.
Yeah, my gorgeous Lincoln's mum. Yeah.
Linky Pinky. Happy birthday, Scarlett.
Just one.
Actually, there's two Scarletts in the family. One is actually Scarlett, and the other one is called Letty for short.
I see.
I tell you what, I'm gonna jump in right now, and I want to do this, and I do this every week. Ladies and gentlemen, we do the show. We broadcast the show live from Goa. It's something we're very passionate about. It's a labor of love. It's the Merv Brito show. When we do it, it's nothing to do with Goa and Goa only. You can be from anywhere around the world and have a passion for this place that we really truly love. We discuss topics on a weekly basis, stuff that's trending, topical, worldwide, but primarily to make people aware of what's going on here, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we will be discussing a lot of topics like Joanne previously introduced. I want to take this opportunity to say a very, very happy birthday for tomorrow to my good friend, Mr. Leo Suarez. He's celebrating. He doesn't look a day over 20. He never ages, that guy. Happy birthday, Leo, in advance. And his mom, and one of my favorite people in Goa, the one and only Mrs. Philomena Suarez.
No.
If you're watching, my darling, I want to wish you happy birthday. God bless. She's going to be 80 odd.
Mother and son have the same birthday on the
No,
same-
he's on the 12th, which is tomorrow.
All right.
She's on the 16th, but we won't be doing the show before the 16th.
All right.
She's in her 80s. She is a rock star. She is an enigma. She managed and handled
She's
6
the
boys.
stalwart of Goa, isn't she?
Yeah, and she was very good to me, very kind to me many years ago.
I'm so Kandolim Leo.
Kandalim Leo.
Ah.
So Philomena
birthday.
Suarez for the 16th. God bless you. Many more. Ladies and gentlemen, that is part of the show. If you know somebody celebrating a birthday and you want to send a shout out, you can get in touch with us. We've got the social media handles that'll come up on the screen magically right now. We're on all the social media handles, wherever you get your social media from. On Instagram, on Facebook, on X, on YouTube. You can get in touch with us. The Merv Brito Show. You can check out our website if you want to know more about us, previous episodes, and the people that make this happen. On the website, it's www.themervbritoshow.com. Go and check it out. We love you. If you like what we do and you want to support us, we'd love a like, a share, tell somebody about it, subscribe to the channel. Most importantly, there is a YouTube WhatsApp number. You can contact, if you think I'm BSing like so many of you actually think I'm doing, this is not a live show, call us 7507-246-246 and you can speak to anybody right now in the studio. You can send out a shout out to anybody wishing for the birthday. A dedication, a love request, a hello.
Absolutely.
Somebody I'm thinking about, I'd love to send a shout out to somebody. Anyway, we're doing the show live right now, Sunday evening, 6 p.m. So if you want to get in touch with us, 7507-246-246, and you can say anything you want to us or anybody around the world. Should we jump right into it?
Yeah.
JB.
I think it's really worthwhile leading with Justice Rebello's People's Movement. Ajoy was talking about it originally last week.
Did you actually go?
I couldn't.
You didn't get to go to the
Yeah, it was happening on the 7th. So we were flagging it last week. We did a promo in advance of that because we wanted to encourage people to go and attend. And apparently hundreds of people actually did, which was fantastic.
I'm happy. I'm actually happy. You know what? This guy, Justice Rebello, he is a very, very senior. He's retired, I guess, yeah?
Yes.
So he's a very well-reputed person who's coming and trying to do something different here in Goa. Ajay, explain what we were promoting and what was supposed to happen last week.
So basically, Justice Rebello, he's retired, and he's taken it upon himself to do something for Goa and try to salvage Goa from going down a path that is going to be extremely destructive. So he wants to, like he's saying in this article right here, he's saying he wants to be a fulcrum or stepping stone for activists, people who love Goa, a non-political movement to save Goa. So he is spearheading this, and the board on the street, like I bumped into a couple of people and they're all talking about this, and since it's non-political, I think it can go a long way. It can make a huge difference, and it already is. I think the crowds that came to the meeting he had at Menezes Braganza's building in Panjim was very good. And he's having a talk today in Margao. He's been having talks in between, so it's moving fast.
He's no spring chicken. Yeah, this guy is very distinguished. I take my hat off to him. There's a picture of the crowd. Is this the crowd that attended?
Yeah.
This was the first one that happened in Panjim.
I take my hat off to somebody like this because for the simple reason that we got a lot of people that like to talk.
Yeah.
There's all talk and no walk. There's no action. This guy is putting his money where his mouth is. So he had a very, very distinguished career, but the fact of the matter, he's willing to throw his name into the hat and actually do something.
Yeah, so basically, he's calling out to protect Goa itself, obviously something that we're talking about a lot of the time.
Dude, there's big names there, man. That's the opposition leader, Yuri Alama.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. But again, this Justice Rebello is saying that this movement is non-political. It's more of an activist type of a movement. And he's not going to be joining politics. He said this. So, and that's vitally important because we need somebody who's neutral, who is pushing for the right things and not doing something just to get votes, right?
To get votes and fill his pockets, right?
Yes, exactly.
This guy's I'm sure he's done very well as a judge. The fact is that he's an older guy and he's willing to start from scratch because something needs to be done and he's willing to do it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the slogan there says it all. Enough is enough. I mean, we've been talking about, we have to get back to basics. We have to go to ground zero because essentially, it's not until we were doing this show that I've really just come to understand, so much of the stuff that's going on here that just doesn't seem right. And, it just seems such a shame that so many activists have to go out on a limb. And, obviously some of them are really revered, but then a lot of them, have been a little bit in fear because, you just don't know how that's going to go down with the people and go down with the public. And the fact is he wants to protect Goa's identity, which is critical. It's got a unique identity within India. And, obviously we need to protect it, the overall environment. And, because once it's gone, once the hills and the lakes and, the forest is gone, it's gone. It's not coming back.
Listen, we've talked about this enough times, and that's exactly why we do this show. Ladies and gentlemen, we do the Merbrito show because it gives us a platform to be able to air our opinion. It enables us to air our opinions and have people actually listen and people interact and people can voice and speak up. This guy, he's come back to Goa and he's actually thrown his name into the hat. It's not a political thing. He's on the right track. Can I tell you the couple of things that scare me? I hope he's always and obviously going to have detractors. I hope people support him, number one, but he doesn't lose the zest, the gusto, the what is it called? The snowball, the effect, the momentum, yeah? And it's not a political thing. There's nobody trying to line their pockets or forward their views and opinions. It's basically to save this place that we love.
Yeah.
If you genuinely love Goa, he is one of maybe a handful of people that is stepping forward to do something like this. I think it's commendable. Yeah. What is there a plan? Did he put out a bunch of stuff?
So yes, apparently out of the first meeting that they had on Friday, I believe, in Panjim, they've come up with a 10-point charter. And this is what Dr. Claude Aravis, who is the I think he's the spearhead. He spearheads Goa Foundation, who again are doing great work for Goa. They go to the courts fighting for Goa and many important causes. So he's
Claude Alvarez is a big name anyway,
big
right?
name. So these guys are all behind Justice Rebello, and they're supporting him. They believe in his mission. So there's a 10-point program or a charter.
Can we just run through it quickly?
Yes.
Just so people know about it? Quickly, go on
Yeah,
through
go
it.
on, Ajoy. I'll give it.
So
well.
basically, the 10-point charter that they've come up with is one: protection of hills and forests. Declare them.
No, we're not going to read the whole thing.
Okay.
Your protection of hills and forests. Number
Yes.
2 is repeal of corrupt amendments.
Yes. Then safeguarding. Number 3 is safeguarding agricultural land. 4, do a carrying capacity survey to determine, how much footfall we can support here in Goa. Number 5, drinking water is a fundamental right.
Absolutely.
Number 6, sustainable development principles should be incorporated into governance.
Yeah.
Number 7, review of tenancy declarations. So, tenancy declarations. Number 8, ban on development near natural assets.
Near rivers, lakes, forests, hills. Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 9, removal of casinos. Number 10, accountability of officials, governance.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
critical.
Is that my, I'm nobody knows this, but I'm playing I'm giving him a round of applause. Can I tell you, number 10 is my favorite. Can I tell you why? What's my favorite E word?
Enforcement.
There you go. So Ajoy, you read through this. This is 10 things. I think it's spectacular. I swear to God, if you love Goa, you should be supporting this. You should be supporting him and this program. And you always, how you say, you used to explain crabs in a basket? Kulliyo mare?
Yeah.
Sang mare, how you explain?
You're in basket.
Right.
Okay.
You basket. Kulliyo and I can say kulliyo and basket. I hope people, everybody's got an agenda, but I really genuinely hope people support him. Because these 10 points, just to start with, this is an uphill battle. This is a huge task to take on. Mate, you mentioned trying to get rid of casinos. You know how many people are making money off the casinos? You're going to come up against a lot of resistance. So if he can generate the support,
Yeah.
if he can make people aware and do something about it, my God, he's got my eternal gratitude, dude.
He's even gone a step further, and he's saying that he wants the scrapping of sections 17(2) and 39A.
What is that?
I think it's got to do. It regularizes land conversions. I could be wrong here. I'm not legally here.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's got something to do with mass conversion of land, giving basically regularizing all
Illegal conversions of property,
yeah,
dude.
illegal constructions also. I think that's absolutely, if you can do this, my God, we could turn back the tide and make a miracle happen here, man.
As one of my ex-girlfriends once said, I'm sure you've heard of Cher, if I could turn back time.
Yeah, I love
Have
it.
you heard of Cher?
Of course.
Share and share alike. The point I'm trying to make is this guy has got his ideas,
It's on
the
point,
direction. It's on point,
basically.
dude.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
It's something that so many people are talking about and have been talking about, and it's actually bringing it to the forefront so that he's got more of a platform, so that he has the ear of these people, because apparently he took it to the CM on Thursday.
Yes, he did. He did, actually.
And that's so ballsy. That's so brave. And I wish him nothing but success, the best of luck. He is only starting right now.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan. I'm telling you right now, Justice Rebello, if you're listening, you get a free internet connection. Justice Rebello, if you're listening, you can be on the show at any time you want. Justice Rebello, I'm your biggest fan. All jokes aside, this guy has got a huge task. And just like a lot of smart people around the world, I hope he surrounds himself. And he already has started with people like Claude Alvarez and a couple of other people.
Yeah.
I hope he surrounds himself with people and just the ripple effect.
Absolutely.
So you make sure that not just you, but other people around you, the people that you're working with, they're not people that are going to deter. They're going to enhance. They're going to help to get this.
Merv, you brought up a very important point. If you notice that there are a number of political heads at that meeting. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know this for a fact. A lot of these people, and I'm not going to name names. We're not about that. We're not that kind of a show. But we're going to point out things which need to be pointed out. A lot of these people are snakes in the grass. a lot of these people are part of the governments. So one of these people used to be part of the which decision-making cabinet that passed a lot of these laws that they want to repeal today.
Yeah, because it benefits them, no, Joy.
So, but now these people are part of this movement. So, where do they fit in this?
There's a saying in English: "Keep your friends close."
And your enemies
I like it. I
closer.
like it more.
I got that in my head. Hey, let's ask Yusuf. Yusuf, finish the sentence. Keep your friends close and
Enemy what?
enemies closer, dude.
Closer.
He's on the pod. Well done. 5 points for you. Keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. Joy, I would rather have these guys on board than have them not. And the reason I'm saying to you, you've got an uphill battle. There's a lot of stuff that's happened over the many years that we've been living here. You can see Goa's on a slippery slope. It's on a banana peel, mate. You've got one leg on the point I'm trying to make is this guy's got a huge task ahead of him, and there's going to be a lot of people. He's an older guy. He's not a young guy. There's going to be a lot of detractors. There's going to be a lot of people gunning for you in the, like you said, in the grass, in the shadows, in the wings. I wish him nothing but success. I hope this guy can generate enough. What's the word? You can generate enough
The
of a
overall momentum and the snowball
momentum, but you
effect.
also have to be able to have important and powerful people to support and help you to get this mandate accomplished.
Yeah, but you know what? Sorry, all I was just going to say was, over the years, I feel like I've been a little bit of a bystander living in Goa. But really now I just kind of feel like, as it says in that headline, enough is enough. It's you just hear these whispers, you hear all these stories of corruption and people benefiting financially from deals that are done under the table, this, that, and the other.
And politicians filling their pockets, guys.
It's deplorable.
That's the elephant in the room, the big, fat, 1,000-pound elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Listen, there's so much money, and I'm going to go on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. This is not the opinion of the Mer British Show. This is my personal opinion. Everybody is so fed up of going around in this hamster wheel when nothing changes. Yeah. The rich get richer. The people in power keep making money and decisions and changing rules and regulations and laws to benefit themselves, like when Mopa was being built. And I'm not going to get into the detail. There's a lot of different things that these guys have done for the
to line the pockets.
Preservation and
self-preservation. But how do you change something? You need something or somebody like a Justice Rebello, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to keep going the same way. We've lost the charm. We've killed the goose that lays, as Walter said. You've killed the goose and you've fried the egg.
Yeah.
Mate, there's no turning back. But you've finally got somebody. He's apolitical, so he's not part of any kind of political affiliation. It's not religious. It's not political. It's not anything. He's just trying to make a change before it gets beyond a point of no return.
Yeah.
Merv.
Yeah, Baba.
I've spoken about this in the past. We had similar movements in the past. There was a massive movement by the Goa Bachao Andolan, who again, people believed. Yeah, I'm not trying to be I'm not being a wet towel here.
Wet blanket.
Okay, but I need to go back in history to learn from your history, right? So there used to be a movement called the Goa Bachao Andolan, which came out in force when this regional plan was made out, which was made illegal.
Sorry, Ajay. Was that a Dr. Rebello, no?
Yes. Again.
Yeah? Another
funnily
great
enough.
guy. No, good
Great
guy, dude.
I don't take names, but what was
Aरे
most-
नाव काट रही किधर जाता तू कहाँ?
So-
How was I know?
Oh, okay. My point is, a lot of people came out in force to support these guys at that time, and what became of it? Nothing. They didn't take it forward. This can never happen.
Bollocks. But I beg to disagree. Ajay, you're absolutely right, but I beg to disagree. Can I tell you the problem?
Tell me.
The people against you are more powerful.
You think that's going to happen here? It's going to happen here.
But that's why I'm wishing him the best of luck, all the very best. Joanne, you had Joanna Perez.
Yeah.
You've got Pramod Sawant. They're trying to take... The only way you're going to resolve these problems is get everything online, accessible to the public, visible, clear, transparency. Get it online. Get Goa into the 21st century, guys. You've got the technology. You've got the brain power. You've got the people. Get us online. Make sure that people can get involved, so it's not a personal in the shadows, in the darkness kind of thing. It's happening, and people are aware of what's going on, right? So if this guy wants to make any progress, he's going to have huge people against him. And that's why all the other movements, your your AAP and your Goa Bachao and all these things have failed because the lobby against you is too strong.
But the point is, you're saying go online, have it all transparent. Of course, yes, those kind of things are essential. However, it's also having the basic rights to be able to live. And they're talking about, everybody should have access to drinking water.
But he said that, Joanne. That's part of the 10.
But that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's it. Absolutely right. Should have access to drinking water before you're getting these complexes approved and all of those kinds of things. It's like every citizen of the state should have access to these basic amenities.
Joanne, that's a given. That's a God-given right.
It's not happening right now. That's the problem.
But that's why you've got somebody stepping forward.
And it shouldn't have to take somebody like a member of the public.
A 76-year-old man.
But the point is that he's got the balls, mate, and I just hope people support him. But the reason why, the only reason I'm saying it, and we're 100%. I personally, Mervyn Brito, I'm 100% behind Justice Rebello. The point I'm trying to make is you've got a very strong lobby. When money's involved, believe you me, it's like pushing water uphill. This guy's got a heck of a job. We need to support him. But all these brilliant people, the people you mentioned, Ajoy, why didn't they succeed? Because the movement wasn't good? Because the people are not good?
Because
you've got a strong lobby. You've got the people that are against you are more powerful.
So it takes. I'm not saying that this is going to be easy, right? I know that you're fighting against a very, very corrupt system, and you're going to make a lot of enemies, no doubt about it. But that is what makes leaders, right? That is what makes leaders the ones
Succeed.
that actually will take the risk because they believe in something.
Ajoy.
And I'm sorry to say, I can see that people are putting hope in this, and I myself am putting hope in this, and I really wish Justice Rebello all the very best.
We all do.
And we will support you. Trust me, we will support you, because who wouldn't support a cause like this which benefits Goa? It benefits everybody.
Can I tell you, that's the premise of the show, is we love this place and we want to do our little bit, what we can do to help to ensure that people are aware that this place is going down a slippery slope. I was going to say a shithole, but it's almost there already. We've become another big city. We've become another Bombay,
And Mo, you can see that even the CM has understood that if this becomes a movement, then he will have to do the will of the people, and he says so. So he says we'll do what people want. So he recognizes
that's lip service.
He recognizes that if this becomes a movement, then he will be compelled. Any representative has to do the will of the people, and he will have to do that.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. And this is going to piss a lot of people off. Why hasn't the CM done these 10 points?
Because we didn't put pressure on any CM.
Yeah, but why? Listen, that's your job. You're there to lead and to protect this place. You're the chief minister of Goa.
Yeah.
I may be a fan of Pramod Sawant. I've had very brief interactions when we had the problems with the internet cutting of cables and all. I had very brief interactivity with him once or twice or three times. The point I'm trying to make is, why should it be a Justice Rebello that comes in and puts out these 10 points? These are basic needs. These are very important things that are happening in Goa, but this should be the CM's job. And if he's too busy, surround yourself with people that you can delegate these tasks to. I mean, you're talking about illegal land conversions. You talk about there's 10 things. Put this on our site. We should be putting this on the website. We should be putting it somewhere. Put it out there. But I'm saying to you, things like safeguarding agricultural land, carrying capacity surveys for small villages and towns, drinking water, sustainable development, review of tenancy, forget blah, 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 blah. And my favorite, accountability of officials. That is my favorite. Why do you need a Justice Rebello? And I love him to bits. But isn't that the job of your government officials currently in power that you have elected?
It should be. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the casinos earn an awful lot of revenue for Goa, not just private individuals, but
where's that money going?
A lot of revenue.
Where's the money? They earn
taxation.
The casinos earn. I'm sorry, Joanne, I'm interrupting you. The casinos earn a lot of money. Full stop. Period.
Yeah.
Where's the money going? If they're paying a shitload of...
The state earns a lot of revenue.
But then
The
why
state
don't we-
earns revenue
then
from
why don't-
alcohol and also cigarettes. The state earns a lot of money from the taxation of certain goods.
Why
And of
are you
course
not
it earns a lot of
seeing-
money from the casino?
Why are you not seeing that money come out of the coffers that you've generated the taxes from the casinos, and we see anything positive developed here in Goa? I'm not saying they're not doing anything. They're paving roads and putting these fancy lights and all this BS. But if you have to get back to having 10 these things, one of them includes drinking water.
Absolutely, that's what
So
I'm saying.
the casinos generate money. I'm not against the casino. I go to the casino. I'm not anti-casino. But if you're gonna tax the casino, I want that tax money to benefit the residents of Goa.
But they do tax the casinos, Mervyn. But the
that's
thing
the point,
is,
right? Why-
we don't know the breakdown of the budget and where all this money gets spent. And we've got a story coming up regarding Kala Academy, and a lot of taxpayers' money is being wasted.
Justice Rebello, I'm a fan, mate. I'm telling you right now, I'm
should
a
get him on the
groupie.
show.
We should.
One thing I think could be missing from this chart,
Sang.
and I could be corrected here, is that I think there should have been an emphasis on pushing for a anti-graft bill, a strong anti-graft bill. They're
What does
talking
that
about
mean?
accountability of officials. That's kind of alluding to that, but they should push for a strong anti-corruption bill.
Ajoy, you're jumping the gun. Yeah, you got a comment. Go on. No, I don't want to read it. Read it. Give it to him. Read it out. The point I'm trying to make is, Ajoy, you're already 10 steps ahead, my friend. Let him start taking footsteps. I'm not saying baby steps. These are massive steps. You're going to have so much opposition. They're going to have so much resistance.
Pushback.
Go on and read. You want to read a comment? Somebody's going to send a
Sheldon,
comment.
Charles has messaged us saying the CM standard to run the state is not good enough. People and environment are not a priority for the people running the state.
Sheldon, my friend, that's the point I just made. Thank you for sending in a message. Thank you guys for listen. There's going to be messages coming in. Just get my attention. I'm happy to read them because I would rather read people's comments when they're sending them rather than read them later when nobody's listening. The fact of the matter remains that this guy's got a huge task ahead of him. He's going to have a lot of opposition and pressure against him by some very powerful people. Let him start somewhere.
Yes, of course.
Sheldon, you're spot on, my friend. You're absolutely right. We have never been able to please everybody, and no matter what the government does, you're not going to make everybody happy, but there has to be accountability. My favorite word on the show is enforcement, EEE.
Yeah.
Enforcement, accountability, and he's got that as number 10. I love it. If you're doing your job, there should be transparency. You need to know where every month, every rupee, every paise from the budget, what's being spent, where it's being spent. It should be online. And my only hope, rather than you have these silly examples of let's kill all the politicians, that's not going to fix your problem, mate. You've had people try to fix the problem. You want to fix the problem, get all of this stuff online.
Yeah.
Make it transparent, let people get involved. Your Justice Rebello's got a huge job ahead of him. Let him start. Take baby steps, but all the power to you, my friend.
But I think also just it's worthwhile saying that, Goans around the world are aware of this, because we've had people contacting us from the States, New Zealand, and letting us know that this is happening. Of course, we know it's happening, and we were talking about it in last week's show. But it's great to know that it's been spread further afield, and it would be really great if this momentum, does
continues
build and it does grow. That's what we're looking for.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned into the Merbrito Show. We're not all activists. We're not all crazy. We just love this place. You can pull that off the screen. Sorry, Ajay, you want to make a comment?
Merv, I just wanted to end on this topic. By saying, yeah. Oh, you want to what?
No, show
On the topic.
Look at my beach. Look. I'm sitting in the shack on the beach. Can I have another margarita and some? You know what I'm craving? I'm really hungry, Ajoy.
Yeah.
I want some prawns. I want prawns and chile mire.
Coming right up.
Sorry, Baba. I get detracted. What are you saying?
And I was going to say before, if you want to move on to the next topic, that we had talked about this last week. What is a Goan makes a Goan and what makes a non-Goan? I was very clear. Anybody who works for the benefit of Goa, for the positive benefit of Goa, not to line up their pockets and not to bring down people like Justice Rebello, they are the real Goans. And if you find somebody who's trying to detract, who's a negative influence, who's trying to create problems, dissociate them from this movement. Get rid of them.
Can I I agreed with you last week, and I said the same thing. This is a very nuanced question. What makes a going? Very nuanced. The fact of the matter remains, technically there are a couple of requirements. You need to be born in Goa, whatever. It's a complete gray area. Forget about all that. I like what you said about the fact that you don't have to be of Goan origin to be going. If you genuinely love this place,
Exactly.
and you want to do good to make this place move forward and protect this place, you're more going than a lot of the people out there that are born here that are just there to do it for the wrong reasons.
You are a Goenka if you want to preserve Goa.
I'm a bit of a Scarface right now. Look at the big scar on my face, dude.
I think that's not going. Why is that?
Is that going?
Chimta dile.
This is why I moved here, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I moved here because I love sitting on the beach in a shack and admiring this beautiful place. It doesn't have to be teal blue water and a world-renowned place. This is my home. I'm right at home, and that's why my wife moved here, because you love this place. We all do, and it just breaks your heart because we keep going through these cycles every election and putting these people in power that do their jobs or do a job on all of us, and you don't see the change. It gets to a point where you feel really helpless.
Yep.
And no matter what I do, it's not going to change. No matter what I do, it's not going to change. Justice Rebello, we're behind you 100%. I wish you all the very best. And we're going to keep on following, and we want to make sure that we can do anything that we can. If you want to be on the show, where we'd be thrilled to have you. But anything we can do to help, we are behind you. Let's talk about what else. What's next?
Well, before we move on, we can be the platform for Goans. To voice their opinions and probably reach the ears of Justice Rebello. I'm sure he's going to be very busy. In fact, I think he's in Margao today doing he's having a talk in Margao. Imagine that. So we would love to be a platform to help in this process of coming up with a framework to save Goa.
Do something about it. Talk is cheap. Do something about it. You've got an opportunity to support somebody who's 77 years old. Kudos, and you've got all my respect. Ajo, I agree with you. Anything we can do. I wanted to talk, and I had a good laugh. I love to say the word Lokayukta.
Yes, which is the...
Lokayukta.
Go say it again one more time.
Yusuf,
Yep.
are you awake, Baba?
Yes.
What does that mean? What does Lokayukta mean?
Democracy.
Democracy.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Howard Stern show? And there's a guy called Beetlejuice, and you can ask Beetlejuice anything, and he'll just make it up.
Make it up as it goes.
This guy is so smart and he's so talented. But so how do Lokayukta means democracy?
Yeah. What does that mean? Lokayukta means.
It's the anti-corruption ombudsman has now been appointed.
You're part of the show, my friend. We talk about
Lokayukta. Lokayukta.
Lokayukta.
Yukta.
Sang.
Democracy.
No, it's not.
Hey, Ajay, am I wrong?
Ajay, what is it? Explain Lokayukta to him.
It says Lokayukta or Lokayukta is an Indian anti-corruption. Okay, we know that. Okay, I'm trying to understand.
It's a watchdog, dude.
Derived from those Sanskrit words meaning people's appointee.
It is a watchdog. I'm telling you. I don't care if you look it up on Google. You're going to ask ChatGPT, I'm
We
sure.
know what it is, but we're trying to get the meaning of the word Lokay.
Has the position finally been filled?
Yes, it has been.
So here you go. That's good news. Talk about it. I want to know about this, dude. This is a person that should be completely
Independent.
There's no pressure. There's no affiliation. There's no powers that can affect his. So this is the guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding. I was being serious. Justice Shinde picked as Goa Lokayukta. Former Bombay High Court Judge Justice Sandeep Shinde has been selected for appointment as the next Goa Lokayukta. Chief Minister Pramod Sawant announced on Thursday. Dude, give him a round of applause.
Congratulations.
Hooray. You've long awaited. I mean, it's been vacant since December 2024. And apparently there's 20 corruption cases that are pending in the state that haven't been even looked at.
Absolutely.
Since this position was vacated in December 24.
That's scary. That's sad. That's disappointing because this guy is a watchdog agency, right? He's a one-man show, but he is not controlled by any of the government authorities. And he's supposed to be the watchdog. He's supposed to be watching and making. He's the guy that watches the watcher.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Merv, do you know why the last Lokayukta resigned?
Go to get Lokayukta after a long hiatus. No, tell me why, Baba.
Because he was trying to do his job, which is fight corruption. and he was getting nowhere. So that's the problem, right? I think the Lokayukta Act, they don't have the powers to go and arrest somebody if they have evidence of corruption. The Lokayukta cannot call a police force, arrest somebody, and start taking him to court.
That's not their job.
No, but that's the problem, right? Because he has to get the permission of the government. And the government is not taking action, then what's the point of the Lokayukta? The previous Lokayukta resigned on that basis. So my point is, I wish Justice Shinde all the very best. And I pray that he brings the same spirit as retired Justice Rebello to this job. But I pray that he has more powers, and if the government doesn't give it. The fact that you said there's 20 cases, there are already 20 cases of corruption to be acted upon by the government, and they've not acted.
Baba, but that's only 20 you're talking about. You mean to tell me there's only 20?
No, there'll be many more.
There'll be many more. So you've got Justice Rebello, you've got Justice Shinde. These guys are supposed to be in. So Justice Rebello is completely different. This is a government-appointed position. He should be able to do his job. He should be autonomous. There is nobody clouding his judgment or able to interfere and put any. So if it's not happening, and if he's supposed to be reporting to the government and the government's not taking action, make a big deal about it because you're not able to do your job. But in the meantime, the crooks are getting away with bloody murder and able to do. There's a hell of a lot more than 20 cases right now that are on this guy's table. I guarantee you there's a lot more happening. And it's scary. Because while you don't have the administrator in his office and the door and the office is locked and there's nobody in there doing the job, you know what's been going on in the meantime?
I'll tell you what.
I don't want to know, but I'm scared to think about.
I'll give you an example. Have you heard of an incident that happened at Birch
nightclub?
There you go.
But that's not his, Baba. That's not
That is corruption personified.
That's corruption personified. But I'm saying that's not the Lokayukta's job. Lokayukta is not going to stop the Birch fire.
No, and he won't stop it. But he can act on if somebody was to blow the whistle on the corruption there and say that, see, we have made a petition claiming that this is given wrong permissions that enable this thing to function. He can act on that, saying that how did these permissions are given.
I understand. So if it's brought to his attention, he can take action. He can take autonomous action, completely away from the Goa government.
He is not autonomous, though. Unfortunately, that's my point. He's not. I hope.
What do you mean he's not autonomous?
I told you he cannot act. He can say that there's corruption here, but he cannot do something about the corruption.
I think that's BS. You might want to look that up. Ajay, if somebody brings something, for example, if you take something to the DGP, the Director General of Police, I guarantee you can take action. He can pull strings. He can make some calls and get something sorted, right? So the Lokayukta, just like any government official who sees something that's wrong, you can't physically go yourself and take the police and go and arrest somebody, but you can make a big deal, bring it to the forefront and get it resolved. No, he might not be part of the Goa government. He's a central government figure, but he should be able to bring enough light to get a problem solved and get people put behind bars that have committed crimes.
Well, you can speak to the right people and bring things to their attention, so that obviously you're going to have more cut through than a regular man in the street.
I'm glad they've got a new Lokayukta. I'm happy. I exactly what you said. I hope Justice Shinde is able to do his job, but it's not lip service. It's not just going through the motions and the BS basically of having another position filled and that guy's just a puppet for somebody above him. Okay, what else? Let's get on with it. I'm starving.
Oh, Mervyn, you're always starving.
I'm always hungry, dude.
You are always hungry.
Let's get on with something else. Come on, give me something fun.
There's really bad service at this beach shack.
Yeah, this shack needs a good internet connection, ladies and gentlemen. You need to call Infinite. I can give you a connection. I love this picture. Willie said to me today, "Are you going to use it? You're going to use it again?" And I said, "Yes, this is my favorite place to be." The only thing is you can't see my hair flowing. You can't see my hair blown in the wind. It's a little bit windy. It's kind of calmed down right now. But I want to order some... Get off your goddamn phone. What are we ordering?
Oh, I tell you what, we had some lovely food at the Chippery, didn't we? We had lovely fish and chips.
That's not going for John. Stop it.
I know, but we had some lovely prawns as well as battered squid, as well as gorgeous fish and chips. I was happy. It's great to have fish and chips here.
Rava masala?
Yeah.
Kidhar hai?
Garam masala.
Oh my God. I'm saying rava masala. Goenka man, he's saying garam masala. He's a binta.
Yeah.
I'm saying rava masala, like prawns.
Yeah.
Mankyo.
Yeah.
Kide koshle garam masala.
Put garam masala also, no?
Have you ever cooked in your life, Yusuf?
मानक्यो मुंचेगिदे रे
Huh?
मानक्यो मुंचेगिदे
Cover na re baba maka.
Oh my God, he's a Goan. You don't know Mankyo?
Manke, I know, man.
What is Mankyo?
I can't describe it like.
What is it?
It had open.
does it have 4 legs and it goes hop hop
Mankyo, Baba. Squid.
Yeah, squid.
So you, oh my God. I want to be at the shack. I want to order another Old Monk and Coke. I want some jirimiri prawns. I want some rava masala. Even lepo. I want some, oh, I'm making myself more hungry. Okay, let's get on with this, guys. I want to talk about, these things are happening right now. There's a lot of BS that's happening in Goa.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about it. It's in the news and just gets blown away. It's like news cycles.
Yeah.
But we need to dig deeper. Go on, Joanne, lead the way.
Well, basically, there was a report by the IIT that was checking out the structure of Kala Academy. And apparently it's got a really negative report in terms of the overall structure itself and really not being weatherproof and a lot of degradation in the building itself, just because there's been too much moisture within the building. And apparently over 50 crore has actually been spent on the building.
There you go.
Of taxpayers' money.
There you go. There's the taxpayer money being thrown down the garbage.
Yeah.
50 crore to spend on one of the most prominent buildings, one of the most favorite places here in Goa. It's a cultural arts, whatever you want to call it. Kala academies have been around forever.
Since the 80s.
Didn't the roof collapse?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So where did the 50 crore go?
Good question, my friend.
Through the roof.
Where Justice Rebello, the Lokayukta, where, how can you spend 50 crore on a roof that collapsed?
Mo, this should be a case for Justice India right here.
Baba, he's got too much. I'm kidding. I'm making light of the situation. This man has got more important things to focus on. But this is number 10 all the way.
Yeah.
If you've spent 50 crore, I want to see 50 crore worth of bills, receipts, who spent it, who approved it, where it's gone, what was done. There has to be some kind of enforcement.
It's saying part of the observations that the report found was that the terrace area showed failure of waterproofing. Drain pipes were found not to be directly connected to floor traps. The China mosaic flooring exhibited extensive cracking. The open air theatre had water stagnation, and the staircase leading to the stage shows signs of deterioration. I mean,
Joanne,
terrible.
You've spent 50 crore.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to be held responsible, no?
of course.
Who okayed it? Who gave him the
signed
tick
the
mark?
check?
Who
Who
signed the check?
knows?
So why aren't you locking people up? Somebody's lined their pockets. They've got a subpar contractor and done a shitty job to a building that we love.
You know, that's the saddest part. You know what? Do you remember when was the last time we went to have a laugh and it wasn't you, Merv?
Yeah. We went to that comedian.
Remember?
It was a comedian.
It
we
was
went to.
Virdas.
Virdas.
Yes.
So he was at college. That's the last time we went.
Last time we went, would you go there again, considering what you just heard?
No. God.
I refuse to go in that building. I'm
But
too
I thought
scared.
that's sad because that's a building that's close to many Goans' hearts.
And you know what? It is actually hurting the what do you call the artists of
Cultural
Goa.
life, yeah.
You know, we have so much to exhibit here. We have art, we have music. There should be these classical musical classes that used to happen in Kala Academy. I'm sure as a parent, I would never send my kid there.
But that's why this is a sad day in Goa. This is a sad state of affairs, right? And shit keeps going down the slippery slope, and nobody's doing anything about it. That's why you need to change. The point of the matter is, the reason we're talking about it is because Kala Academy is a huge institution here in Goa. For all the theatras, all the shows, your IFI, your what do we go to see?
Yeah, Serendipity
Festival, all these. Mate, the Kala Academy's been around for a long time, and you guys are tasked with taking care of. It's like an aged parent. You guys are tasked with taking care of something that is so near and dear to everybody in Goa. I don't have the authority. I don't have the money, but the people that have the authority and are releasing checks and signing checks to get these jobs done to take care of this building are not doing their jobs, and they're getting away scot-free. Why?
So take a look at this headline here. The Bombay High Court asked the Goa government to fix responsibility. That's the thing. You know what? Okay, I don't know how this contract was given, but hold those guys accountable, right?
And who are the government officials?
Even if it's 100 crores, Make sure that they come back and do it right.
Who are the government officials that have okayed this, that have said yes to this project, that have signed it off? Why are they not holding the contractors responsible? And if you've taken a kickback, if you've taken bribe money, if you've done something illegal, that's probably the main cause that nobody's speaking up. But as a government official, you mean to tell me nobody knows that there's a problem here?
Despite the roof having fallen down, imagine if there was somebody, it was set to be completed, and imagine there was something happening there and the roof collapsed on people. People would have been dead.
Yeah.
And still no alarm bells. My God.
That's like what happened in Caranzalem with the fish. Y'all were talking about the fish in Caranzalem being your beach. Joy, this is your private beach, my friend. Caranzalem fish. They claimed that they claimed that were toxic.
Yeah.
Or they were poisonous.
Yeah.
Heavy metals
Remove
were
this
found.
off the screen. Take this off the screen. We're not talking about color.
But the fishermen,
We're moving on.
The fishermen are saying that wasn't fish that was caught by them off that coastline.
But then you've got government officials that are tasked with protecting the people. Like Ajoy is saying, in Kala Academy, if you've got a show going on and the roof falls, you're killing people like the birch when it burnt.
Yes.
If you've got poisonous fish, and we're not trying to drum it up, we're not trying to stir it up, but government, you've got departments that are supposed to test these fish or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got huge industries that have been caught in the past polluting the ocean. That are poisoning the fish and the wildlife, and we're ingesting this, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about the fishermen saying that there's not pollution in these fish?
Essentially, they met with the Deputy Director of Fisheries on Wednesday this week, and they're essentially saying that people with vested interests, so people like builders and hotel lobbies, are actually trying to influence the powers that be to weaken their traditional fishing livelihoods.
This is not a knock on the fishermen. The poor guys doing their job. They've done this for ages. I'm going to keep eating fish. I love my fish. I don't care. The levels in these fish are not going to kill me. The fact of the matter remains that as a government official, and that's the whole idea of doing the show and why we talk about things on the show, if people are doing their jobs, roofs are collapsing in Kala Academy, you spend 50 crore. If these poor guys are out there fishing, trying to eke a living, earn a living, selling fish, they're not doing anything wrong. Yeah. You've got, what is the department that's tasked with pollution?
FDA.
No, with pollution. With pollution.
GSPCA. The Goa State Pollution Control Board.
Ajoy, they're tasked with checking the water levels, right? And the pollution levels, right?
Yes.
And they should be finding big industries that are polluting and causing these fish to get polluted, right? So you hold them responsible. They're getting a salary. They've been put in power to do a job. Yeah. These are the guys that are supposed to protect the little guys like us.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but these fishermen are also saying they were demanding clarification and they wanted it to be officially known that this was fit for human consumption. The fish is actually fit for human consumption because otherwise people are going to stop buying fish as much as they are at the moment.
I want to address this. I want to say to these fishermen and any fisherman, this is not against you. You all are doing a stellar job. I know it's not an easy job. And thank you for your service. You feed us, basically. Yeah. This got nothing to do with you. And we should not shoot the messenger. We should be basically asking questions based on the report. And it's been done by two reputed organizations, the NIO and the Goa University. Let's accept it for what it is and let's find a solution, right? Let's hold, where are these pollutants coming from?
No, but Ajoy, here again, I'm saying to you, it comes back to, I'm pointing my finger directly at the assembly. All those guys in power, your government officials, all these people, these government officials out there not doing their jobs. Listen, I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to get shot. But the point I'm trying to make is, why do you have these government officials with all these portfolios when nobody's doing their jobs? Well, you've got these guys in power that have been voted and elected by the public. Why does one official need to have multiple portfolios? Can for example, the chief minister, can he do 50 tasks in a day? He can't. He needs to have people around him. He needs to hire people around him that can help him to resolve these problems in multiple different things. There's too much going on. There's too many problems, and the problems will keep on coming. But as a very smart official, as an elected official, you need to surround yourself with people that can help you, delegate, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Kala Academy is one issue. You got the poor fishermen being screwed because people are scared to eat fish. There's so many problems. The point is, why, as government officials in power, elected by us people, why do you need multiple portfolios? Can you not take one portfolio on and do it properly?
Mo,
No?
Absolutely right. I would like, say in this instance, you got this report, right? Say I'm the chief minister, or I'm the health minister, right? I receive this report. I will ask I will appoint somebody who's a scientist or somebody who's knowledgeable about these things to give me a report. Say he says that I can give you a report about where these pollutants are coming from, a study maybe in 2 months or 3 months. Okay, sure. 3 months you have. I want a report on my desk in 3 months. If I don't get a report, either I fire you from the job or I will have to recuse myself from that position, because it has to move on. There has to be deadlines. You cannot keep it open-ended and then in 2035 we get the answer to what we are
There's
having.
no enforcement, my friend.
Yeah.
There's no enforcement. You've got politics involved. You've got money involved. I'm saying to you, it happens all over the world. People have reports. People do studies. People have government officials. People have jobs to do, and they're held responsible. It's transparent. It's put out there in the news when people are doing their jobs, they're doing a good job, or when people are doing a bad job. And can I ask you a simple question? I'm going to go way out on a limb. I'm going to throw a boomerang out there, yes? Why is my Mopsa Market building still a flippin' mess? You know, have you been to Mopsa? You live in Panjim, right? I go to Mopsa on a regular basis. We've got a beautiful structure there that is multiple stories. And yet you've got hawkers and vendors clogging up the market and streets, selling their wares, trying to do a job, earn a living, poor guys. When you've got a building that hasn't been maintained, you've got a building that's a mess. You've got bond stains, spit everywhere. You've got But if somebody were doing their job, somebody had a little bit of insight, a brain, a little bit of gray matter in their skulls, and realized that if you go vertically up into the building and get these hawkers and vendors to pay a basic fee and give them all a place to sell their wares, you could accommodate a lot more people, and the residents of Mopsa will benefit.
Yeah.
Right? All of these problems we're having, they're not new. They're not something that you're going to keep on having problems.
Yeah.
You've just got to figure out ways to make sure that you solve these problems on a permanent basis.
Yeah.
You've got the right people tackling the right jobs. Like you're saying, reports for this. What did you put on the screen?
So this is I don't know from which date, but this is some I think activists. This is Mopsa Market he's talking about. Apparently.
Look at this. I'm embarrassed as a Goinkar, as somebody from Saligao, from the north, from Bardes. This is my local. Oh, look at the mess, dude.
I'll tell you what, Mo. There are a couple of things. One is what you've always repeatedly said. Enforcement, right? One, if you had a police guy there and somebody throws garbage like this, then you find the hell out of him, put him in jail, make him clean this garbage himself, him or her.
Baba.
One. Number two, it can't only blame the government.
I'm not blaming the
Who's throwing this garbage here?
But Ajoy, if the government had a brain, they would have people that are managing the Mopsa market that keeps it clean. If you've got a mess out there and it's full of garbage, somebody wouldn't think twice about littering and throwing a bag. But you can have, we've spoken about this too, by the way. I get really animated when I talk about this. But you can have something called garbage forensics. If you take garbage and you take any garbage bag that's been thrown out there, you can actually figure out who threw the bag there.
Absolutely.
You have cameras in place. You paint the walls with a Muslim symbol, a Catholic symbol, and a Hindu symbol.
Yes.
Mate, it's not rocket science. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah.
It's been done around the world, and people have survived, and people have brains everywhere else around the world. And we've got some very smart people right here in effing Goa that can do a job.
Yeah.
But you're getting the wrong people. You're electing the wrong people. And these people are putting their cronies in places to do these jobs, and the money's getting pocketed. Why should my Mopsa market or Mopsa in general stop? Why does it look like a shithole this many years on? Are you not collecting taxes are we not paying taxes? Are we not having these budgets, these big, huge meetings where budgets and money's being put aside to do this and fix this and do that?
You know, Mo,
Stop fooling yourself, guys.
I'm going straight to this other related topic, which is the sewage Morjim, the sewage trench that was found in Morjim.
There you go. Thank you, Ajoy.
But that's everyone passing the buck on this, saying that's not our responsibility.
I remember.
But, sorry, go on.
I want to say something before we go into this topic. I remember as a child, everybody used to know that the hotels, they used to say that if you go, you wade into the Fort Aguada, is it not Sednabatim? It's Sednabatim, right? The beach there. The one next to Caranzalem, Sernavati. If you go into water, you'll actually find a pipe that's emitting effluents coming from all of these hotels in Caranzalem and the Fort Aguada area. right? These things were known in the 80s and nothing was done. And now here we are in Morjim. Morjim is supposed to be a turtle protected site. We have noise pollution, we have light pollution, we have cracker pollution, now we have sewage pollution. Can you imagine, Merv? Can you imagine? Where is the authorities?
But that's what I'm saying. It comes back to the big E.
Yeah.
What's the big E?
Biggie is
Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. What is the E that I talk about, Yusuf? The E. Erectile.
for enforcement.
E for enforcement. 100 points for you. Ajoy, these want some, put it, press it, go on.
Thank you.
You happy? Yeah. Now turn it off. God damn it. The fact of the matter, this is sad, no?
But apparently, though, the
This is
Sarpanch,
really sad.
but the Sarpanch in Morji is actually saying that this water is most likely to be seawater retained after high tide and not untreated sewage.
Why isn't the department that's enforced with testing this water, not testing the water and finding the people that are polluting the
So
ocean?
they're saying the dredging and the sewage trench falls under the jurisdiction of the tourism department, not the village panchayat.
But it's past the buck again, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's past the buck again, Ajoy.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is past the buck. There's got to be somebody senior enough. Forget about the activists. Forget about the people that scream and complain, the poor residents of Morji, or the people that actually care about the turtles or the whatever, the tree huggers and all these kind of people, yeah? I'm saying to you, there should be people in government that know, listen, we've had a complaint made. You need to take it serious. You got a guy like Walter Lobo, by the way, who complains about potholes, right? Walter will complain. He sends me stuff all the time. I love him for it because he genuinely cares. He doesn't give a shit about who's watching, who's not watching, am I going to be famous or not famous. He's pointing out problems that are happening in my backyard, in my Kalangut. He lives in Kalangut. But the people of Morji, if you report this to a government official, why hasn't a government who's in the U.S., it's the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, I don't know who it is here, why have people not gone out and tested these and figured out where the sewage or where this pollution is coming from?
I'll tell you.
Caranzalem and also Morji, Saiba.
Merv, I'll tell you why this issue occurs. It just hit me.
Because people go to the bathroom and flush.
That starts there. Especially people drink a lot of
So stop it.
lot
It's a
of
serious
Penny
topic.
and Urak and what have you, right? But my point is, looking back at those pictures from Mopsa Market, that reminded me of something that happened. I think I've said this on the show. It reminded me of something that happened to me where you had just around your studio, you had these two tourists on a bike. They had come with a load of garbage and they were asking me where to throw the garbage. And I'm sure they couldn't find a spot to throw the garbage.
Have you seen a trash can around anywhere?
There were no trash cans. That's my point. See, there's no provisions. Now, let's extend that to this issue here in Morji. You are allowing shacks to come up, firstly, in a protected zone, not caring for nature, which I disagree. Okay, fine, you've done it. At least create a provision where the sewage can be collected and not put into the sea. God damn it.
Can I, sorry, you're absolutely right. I'm just adding to what you're saying. Ajoy, there was a time where these guys were finding beach shacks. Excuse me. They were finding beach shacks because when they built the shack, they have to have provisions for a kitchen.
Yeah.
They've got to have provisions for toilet. They've got to have provisions for septic tank, gray water tanks.
Exactly, yeah.
So why do you have sewage and why are these guys not being fined?
Because
why is the government officials in charge with this not taking this seriously?
This is illegal. But what if they don't have an option? There's no provision provided by the government. The government is collecting taxes from these guys, right? These
Where's
businesses.
the money going, Ajoy?
Can't the government provide them the facility to collect sewage? Why is that not happening?
Why should the government provide them? Listen. We're going to stop banging. We're going to stop beating up on the government. The government. In my opinion, the government is a lot of people, and I can't paint. I'm going to retract it here. I'm not going to paint everybody with the same brush. There's a lot of people that are doing good work. It's not as easy as we make it sound. Solve every problem, yell and point fingers at everybody else. Bullshit. There are very good people in governance or people in power that do their jobs. I'm talking about the norm. I'm talking about status quo. I'm talking about every goddamn day that we live here that we're seeing the negative, the bad things that are not being done by the government officials.
What you mean, not being corrected?
That are not being fixed. If people are bringing it to your attention, mate, there's money being budgeted, right? Why are you not being enforced or being, what's the word I just used? Held responsible for
Accountability.
the accountability.
Yeah.
That's the other favorite word. E for enforcement, A for accountability. The fact of the matter remains, if you've got money being sent to you by the government that's being collected in taxes, that is being has to be used for these specific purposes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going into somebody's pocket because it's not being used for the right purposes. And these cracks, these huge gaping cracks, are showing up in your infrastructure, and nobody's being held responsible.
But I wanted to just go back to that fishing story, which is, it obviously is all interlinked because we're talking about pollution in the seas. We're talking about, potentially polluted fish, but also the another concern, apart from the pollution report, another concern of the fishermen was an unauthorized tower in the fishing zone. Do you know what that is, Adjoy?
No.
Because they're basically talking about there's some unauthorized tower that's there in the actual fishing zone itself. So, obviously if they've got obstructions.
Joanne, that has nothing to do with fish getting polluted.
What is it though?
No, not a clue. Don't care. Don't care. I understand. I appreciate what you're saying, but we need to understand more about it to be able to listen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Merv Brito Show. We get animated. We get very passionate about what we talk about. We're not picking or bagging or pointing fingers at any specific person. We're just venting and talking about things that are happening right now that are really, really affecting our lives, the quality of our lives in Goa. I wanted to touch on this, and this is not because I am part of the Internet Association, but the cutting of cables in Margao, what happened last month. Last week.
It's
Yesterday.
been a long week.
It's been a very long week. Here again, without any thought, they started cutting cables again in Margao, correct?
Yeah.
To what benefit? Yeah, of course, there's three sides to every story. There's the internet side, there's the electricity department side, and where's your tourism department? Tourism. Where's your IT department?
Yeah.
Why are you cutting cables and disrupting industries that generate you crores of revenue, Goa government?
Yeah.
And the government has not stepped in and put in a resolution or given us a solution or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
This affected a lot of people. It happened last week in Margao. It's happened in Panjim. It's happened in Ribanda. It's happened in many places, right?
But you went for that meeting. There was some
went for a meeting
people that were there.
But there's still no solution. We've been talking about this for how many years now?
Well, basically, the CM on Friday, he actually declared that there shouldn't be any more fibre optic cable cutting because a lot of captains of industry in Goa, and there was nine associations that were represented in a meeting. So I'm really, really happy that he's done that. However, I have to say,
it's a band-aid for now.
I find it incredibly frustrating. It's a year ago this weekend that disruption started, and we've been slogging our guts out in the trenches, essentially, just trying to, get people to listen and understand that we're only trying to do our jobs. We're only trying to collaborate with the right authorities. However, the IT department, the DOIT hasn't really
done nothing.
Stepped in. And I find that so disappointing because subjudicious was maybe given as a reason why. However, you've got to give some guidance to the people who are looking towards you as the nodal officer for those associations.
Joanne, this is just another thing. And here again, to anybody tuning in, you're going to hear like us completely complaining about everything wrong with Goa. It's a point of view where we need to talk about these things. And we're not shy. We're not afraid. We're not backing away. The more you talk about these things, the more you make people aware, and these problems should be getting solved. The frustrating part is that the things are happening and they continue to happen with no end in sight. There's no light at the end of the tunnel thinking, you know what, you guys have done this right and wrong. You guys have done this right and wrong. As the official, you guys need to do this and you guys need to do this and come up with this so that the people of Goa don't suffer.
Yeah.
I'm not a saint. I'm not an angel, but neither is the other side. Let's come up with an agreement and resolve these issues. At the end of the day, as citizens of Goa, we want to lead simple lives.
Yeah.
And we don't want these stupid, these silly things that can be avoided, these silly problems that are happening because you've got these government officials that are sitting on their hands. Where has the DOIT been in all of this?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I find really, really disappointing, because a lot of these associations and trade bodies are essentially saying, we've been promised ease of doing business here in Goa, but people are being put off because, essentially economically, it's been detrimental to their overall businesses, to the economy. And, it's got to be seen as a problem that is a problem for everybody to solve and want to be solved. Otherwise, it's just an ever decreasing spiral that we're going to go down.
It affects a lot of people. The internet is, after your electricity and water, it's one of the most important services you can provide. You cannot function without it. And all these very, very senior leaders of industry, captain of industries, came forward. You can see the picture on the screen.
Yeah.
And they propositioned the CM. They signed this document because we generate a lot of revenue here in the state, and you cannot function as a business without the support of the government. And he stepped in. Pramod Sawant, good hats off to you, but you need to be cracking the whip and figure out which one of your deputies, which one of your directors, who is the person responsible for resolving. You can't fix all the problems yourselves, but you've got to make sure that if you're going to give somebody a portfolio and they're responsible for resolving and administering and making sure these problems are getting resolved, they're doing their jobs. Yeah. There's got to be accountability, and there's got to be enforcement. I want to tattoo that on my bald forehead. A&E.
Please don't.
A&E, sweetie?
No.
Accountability and enforcement. A&E.
Accident and emergency.
Have they not got the assembly right now? There's a 3-day session that's happening,
So
right?
the sessions have started, apparently.
Yeah. They haven't started yet.
Well, yeah, I find this extremely confusing. They're saying that the finance committee actually has sat over the last 2 days. So it's underway already.
They've got a couple of days, and I hope
six sessions that they're going to be doing.
I hope they come up. Listen, they're wasting their time sitting in the assembly. They've got the government officials and they've got the oppositions, and it's a game. Yeah, 5 day. Oh, it's a 5-day winter session of state assembly from January 12th.
So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, but the finance committee was sitting over the last 2 days also.
Okay.
You guys, I'm going to move on. I'm so sick and tired of talking about problems.
What do they need to be doing? And this is what
do their jobs.
Would be useful.
It ain't rocket science, Sparky. It ain't rocket science. What do they need to be doing? Do your jobs.
But how do these things get on the agenda? That's what's really, really important. I don't actually understand why these sessions are in like such very small bite-sized chunks. Why are they not continuously working for the good of Goa?
Like everywhere else in the world. You've got government that functions all year round, that have problems are going to keep on coming, mate. They don't take a break. These guys deserve a break, and the rest, they can have their own breaks in between public holidays or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, all we're asking is public citizens, people that love this place, is to when something's brought to your attention, at least make an effort to resolve it, and not with a Band-Aid fix. Let's resolve it permanently. Let's try and resolve it permanently. It's not always about the bad and the negative, guys, because I'm sure there's a lot of good things these guys do. So if you're listening out there, guys, we're not bagging on all government officials. There's a lot of people that are doing a great job, and kudos to them.
Can I just say, I actually just downloaded the timetable earlier on.
Oh, wow.
And it's saying the timings of the sittings. It says the timings of the sittings of the House on all days will be as follows. Commencement, guess what time?
What? 11 o'clock?
11:30 a.m.
Oh my God! 11:30. Baba, chao piyo pagzai.
Chao piyo pagzai. Toilet washing zai.
Ani poder young now,
What time's lunch break? What time's lunch break?
If you start at 11:30, what time's lunch? It should be at least 3 o'clock.
Tell me.
3 o'clock.
Oh my God.
It's 1 p.m. till 2:30 p.m.
So here you go. You start at 11:30.
What time's tea break?
And in an hour and a half, you're having lunch.
Yeah.
What time's tea
Shut
break?
up. There's no tea break.
Tea break is 4 p.m. till 4:30 p.m. and then adjournment at 6 p.m.
So when do you get a chance to do any fucking work?
That's the thing,
So, but that's the problem, Ajoy.
Here, I think if
And this is only 5 days, yeah?
5 days. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Hey,
You do an hour and a half before lunch.
You start at 11:30. You're having lunch at 1. Sorry,
That's your warm up. That's your warm up.
Sang Baba.
So the thing is, apparently that the business of the house vis-a-vis what can be discussed is predetermined. In the sense, it's by majority, who is usually the government in power.
Yeah.
And they get to discuss what they want. Now, take, for example, this particular headline where the fire case, apparently there is a reluctance to debate that.
Okay, I'm going to share this with everybody on our group as well, so we can just call up the agenda also, just so that you can just take a quick look at it, because obviously it's out there in the public domain.
Okay.
But just take a look at it. Just click on that link and just download that and just see.
But my question, in the meantime, Merv, my question to you is, shouldn't each, what you call representative, you have your MLA, right? Shouldn't they have the questions that who voted for them, the questions from the voters answered? Why should we have only just 5 days? If I have 100 questions and it needs 10 days or 20 days for better or worse, it has to be answered. Why should we have only what you want to speak about? What about what we want answered?
Ajoy, now you're asking very valid, very good question. The sad part about this is it continues to happen, right? Why should your Goa government, your assembly, be based upon the whims and fancies of the officials? They're there to do a job. They're being paid a salary to do a job, right? Everybody in the world has an opinion about, everybody in Goa has an opinion about the politicians, they're crooks, they're this, they're that, they're all the bad, blah, blah, blah. But they're proving everybody right. Why should your day start at 11:30 and you have lunch at 1 and you have a tea break at 4:30 and you finish by 6?
4 o'clock you have your tea break.
Why the flippin' Nora are you in power? Are you being paid a salary to do your job? That is a joke. Are you not embarrassed? Are you not? Is it not? Is it happen like this around the rest of the country, Yusuf?
I don't know rest of country. I know India.
You know the rest of the country. You only know India. Say that again.
Okay. Yeah.
Say that again. You don't know the rest of the country. You only know
India.
Okay, so here's
what is the rest of the country, by the way? Who's on first?
Asking what's happening in the rest.
Does this kind of timing happen in all the legislative assemblies all around India? You're a bunch of jokers sitting around and tea break and lunch break, and they start at 11 o'clock and finish by 10.
I now know why they're going to start at 11:30.
Why don't you pay me to do a job? I'll show up to work at
I'll tell you
11:30. No, Ajoy, why don't you give me a salary? You give me a chauffeur-driven car. You give me all these benefits to show up at work at 11:30 and I'm done by 6. And I get an hour for lunch and I get a tea break in between.
Are Baba Kal party kela no?
Scroll that, Joy. Scroll that, Wilbur.
Whoever is coming at 11:30, they have to get up late because they went for party.
We're laughing about this. It's sad, dude. Go on.
Yeah. So
Scroll.
What do you want to do, Joanne? What is this about, mate?
Oh, okay. So
is this the agenda?
No. I've got
What is
the full
this?
thing. I've got the full thing.
So I don't care. I don't want to get into it. I think it's a goddamn joke, and it's sad because we're paying these government officials to do a job that's being done all around the world by government officials all around the world. They're able to do their jobs because they've got respectable schedules.
Yeah.
I can understand 9 o'clock. Mate, we all wake up and go to work at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, right? And government officials can't be there by 11:30, have lunch at 1, have tea break at 4, and finish at 6. What work can you do in between? And it's a scary thing because it continues to happen. And we're laughing about it. Yusuf, we're making jokes about it.
I'm not making jokes. It's very serious.
You're making joke. I'll tell you what the joke is. You're saying it's happening around the rest of the country.
No, I know only about India. I said.
Merv, what I find the most funny thing is, for each of these sessions, they they get these students from different institutions to come and observe
Are you fucking
how this business functions. And another funny thing I say, I actually quite find, I just laugh when I hear this. Everybody saying, speaker sir, sir, speaker sir. I was like, what?
It's you know what, we're laughing about it. It's embarrassing, dude. Can you think about somebody from the outside world coming and observing this, and what would they say about our government officials starting their day at 11:30 and lunch is at 1 and tea break at 4? And you want to bring in students, people potentially studying politics, to come and observe how politics and governance is done in this kind of a model. This is your role models?
Yeah. It's great.
Why are you putting this on the screen? I don't really give a shit. What is this?
They're giving you the agenda.
It's the full agenda. That's the thing.
So
you can see ahead of time what they're going to be talking about.
There you go. Addressed by the Honorable Governor. Conduct of honorable members during assembly by the Honorable Governor. Then you take their seats and assembly at 11:20.
Yeah.
Joanne,
And then the session starts at 11:30. Just scroll down. It's got all of it. Look, see. And it's just telling you the timings of the sittings. That's what I was reading out.
Monday, Tuesday,
11:30
Wednesday, Thursday,
commence-
Friday. 5 days.
Yeah, and there you go. But you've
Scroll
got
down now, Joy. She wasn't kidding, dude. 11:30 commencement. Lunch break, 1 o'clock. Tea break, 4 o'clock. Adjournment, 6 o'clock.
I
Is
want to
anybody out there got a job that pays them a salary to have these
I
hours?
want to know what is for lunch and what is for tea. Any guesses?
Gone for tea.
Jeez, man. You know what?
It's a joke, dude. I'm here again. I'm saying to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is my opinion. And I'm sure you've got some officials that are doing a great job. Government officials doing a great job. Leaders, people in power. There's people behind the scenes. I know a lot of people personally that do a great job. They work their asses off. But in this day and age, when you've got so many problems and you're looking, the layman, the people, the poor Joe Schmo out there is looking to authority figures in the government to help them resolve and sort out and fix these problems and save their lives and save their livelihoods. And this is the kind of schedule, and these are the kind of people that we keep electing and putting in power. It's a hamster wheel, and nothing's going to change. Justice Rebello and who's the other Justice Shinde? You got your goddamn hands full, guys.
Speaker sir, I object.
Speaker sir.
Speaker sir.
I'm done. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. FC Goa's done. They've had to close the doors. They've had to shut the doors because there's no funds.
They suspended first team operations that was announced earlier on in the week.
There's another travesty.
And then the ISL is now saying that it's going to start from the 14th of February, but apparently only about 7 of the clubs from 14 have actually.
Joanne, there's no money. There's no money. It's a joke. Here's another goddamn industry that's been run into the ground. Can you imagine football not being popular in Goa, in India? So the ISL is so these clubs, there's no funds. They're shutting the doors. They're closing early. They're not going to operate this season. What's this all about, dude?
Nobody knows. Nobody's really that clear whether it's really going to happen or not, because earlier on in the week, FC Goa said that, it was with a heavy heart that they're suspending first team operations. And then I think even just the very next day, the ISL is saying, no, it's going to start from the 14th of February. But not everybody's confirmed. And it's like, well, what is happening? Is there any money in it? Are people going to get paid? Are they going to fold these clubs?
My poor father,
the top tier, the second tier?
Is going to, my dad, who's a huge fan of sport, is probably turning over in his grave right now. Mars Brito was an athlete back in the day. And when people would go mad to watch sports like hockey, like football, like cricket, like all these games that made us what we are as a great country and great sportsmen, right? As great sportsmen. The fact of the matter remains, in this day and age, when these they're industries that need to be run like corporations with a head, with a CEO, and with CFOs and CSOs and all the different, just like the government, where you have the CM, you've got the different ministers and all. If you can't have something as popular as football succeed here in Goa, it's a shame. It's a shame. These guys can't survive. You just flashed a picture of Sunil Chetri, right? Yeah. He's one of the best in the world.
Well,
this poor guy, he was
in India, not really in the world.
He's one of the best in the world. Can I give you a stat that after Ronaldo and Messi, this guy scored most international goals or something crazy like that, and you don't even give him that respect, the kudos. This guy was made to walk like a fan when goddamn Lionel Messi came to India. Do you know Sunil Chetri? Research it for me.
Yes.
Sunil Chetri, after Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, has scored the most international goals or done something like crazy good.
I think IFA site, the official site, they posted that photo.
No, but I'm saying to you, he was made to stand on the side like a giggling fan, like a fan when Lionel Messi. He should be the one who was walking the pitch with Messi and introducing. What is it?
All-time top scorers.
Why
for
is it being
national
cut
team.
off my screen? Is it on the screen?
It's not.
Dale.
Okay, I'll just read it out.
Read it out.
Basically, all-time top scorers for national teams: 137 goals for Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 2 is 112 goals for Messi. 109 goals for Alde. 95 goals for Sunil Chetri.
89.
No, he's 89.
95 Ali Day. I don't know who Ali Day
So
is.
he's
But he's
basically-
number 4 in the world.
Number 5.
Well, in terms of goals
Cristiano,
Yeah.
Lionel Messi, Ali Day, and Sunil Chetri.
That's pretty awesome.
So
right?
can you imagine? You've got this guy. He's one of your own. Yes. What do you want to say?
The check images. Yeah. I think
Sunil Chetri is a legend, guys.
Well, he should have been given a lot more kudos, and he should have been.
You're treating him like he's some flippant third-rate player.
and because of the prospect of the ISL not happening, these guys came and they were pleading for the football to function so that they can just play, because for the love of the game, they don't want money. They're actually coming out and pleading.
That's sad.
That's sad. As an Indian athlete, as an Indian, you should be very, very upset about that.
There you go. Again, A&E.
January.
Put it on my forehead.
And we should
A&E.
be on your screens as
What?
a part of a competitive football game in the Indian Super League.
Who's this dude?
Instead,
These all footballers.
Yeah,
driven
top
by
footballers pleading.
fear and desperation to say aloud something which we all know.
But more importantly, we are here to make a plea.
Indian football governance is no longer able to fulfill its responsibilities.
We are now staring at a permanent paralysis. This is the last-ditch effort to save what we can.
So we are calling the FIFA to step in and do what it takes to save Indian football.
I hope
We
they
hope
do.
this message gets to the powers that are in Zurich.
This call is not political. It is not driven by confrontation, but by
Good for them. I mean, it's good
for them.
for doing that, because
Isn't that a shame,
it
though,
is
Joe?
an absolute crisis point. It's outrageous. But then, on top of that, apparently this week a union sports minister couldn't even pronounce the names of 2 of the biggest football clubs in India. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. What is it?
So basically, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan.
Mohun Bagan. Yeah. What
he
about it?
basically said he was pronouncing it as East Began and Mohun Began.
So check it out.
Galle, I want to hear this.
This is
This makes me laugh.
आज सरकार फुटबॉल फेडरेशन और सभी हमारी 14 क्लब जिसमें मोहन बंग
He can't even say Mohun Bagan.
ईस्ट बंगाल मोहम्मदन इंटर काशी
he's a sport minister.
मुंबई चेन्नई
He's your sports minister. You voted for him, man, not me. Kill it. Listen, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And nobody's heads rolling.
Right.
If this clown is the sports minister and he can't even pronounce his team's names, this guy's probably never picked up a hockey stick or kicked a goddamn soccer ball in his life. And he's your goddamn sports minister?
Was still, I don't think he's ever heard of East Mohun Bagan.
Oh, and East Bengal.
Mohan Bagan,
He's never heard of
your
it.
Lusitanians, your West Bengal, your team. Mate, these are legendary teams.
He's clearly reading that for the first time in his life.
Fuck, and you wonder why we're in the
Right.
shit, right? This is what's sad, and these guys like Chetri, like all these world class players here, they've got to plead to FIFA to step in, because it's sad. You've only got a limited amount of time that these guys can play. Chetri's getting older. Poor guy, dude. Look at his face,
He's
man.
no longer playing them.
Whatever the case may be, you guys don't give them the respect, the hard work that they've put in to get to where they are.
Yeah.
And you've got these clowns lining their pocket and they can't even function as a league.
Yeah.
And they've got to plead and beg that FIFA has to step in. It's a shame. And you've got these idiots that are running these clubs and leagues that can't even pronounce Mohan Bagan and all these different guys. This is exactly, well, that's on a national level. We're talking about Goa on a different level, but I'm saying it's the same thing.
So I want to say, once a legend said it, remove the sports from the politics.
Remove politics from the sports.
It's a legend. Go by the name of Yusuf.
Yeah, right.
Spit the pana first.
Spit the pana. Spit those marbles out your mouth. Can you speak properly? Can you explain what you just said to people that?
I said one legend said, remove the sports from the politics.
I don't know who that legend was, but you should shoot him. They should hang him by the balls from a tree in the backyard, because that's absolutely wrong. You mean remove the politics out of the sports, which you meant to say. And he's the legend. That's why I'm saying that, because Yusuf is the legend.
This is only a legendary line from Yusuf.
Goti mashe kapung zai. Yes, sorry Neil, go on. Goti kapung zai. Goti. Sang baba.
Just for your information, the sports minister, who's Dr. Mansukh, has a PhD in political science.
That guy who's speaking, he's a brainy guy. I'm taking nothing away. Why is he the goddamn sports minister?
Sports minister. Why
is he the sports minister?
In fact, he belongs in probably ethics, political ethics.
He's got a PhD. He's not an idiot. He's a smart guy. The point is, why is he sports minister? Do you want? Oh, Merv, you're going to lose your hair if you keep yelling. Say it, Yusuf. Say something about my hair and I'll punch you in your nose. Legend. You call yourself a legend? What's the difference between national and India? Oh my God, dude, I choked him up. All right, I'm coming to the end of the show, guys. It's 7:30. Okay. Give me one more topic, my darling.
So did you hear about this cannabis, hydroponic cannabis?
Cannabis is marijuana.
Yes. So, but it was 3 crore rupees worth was actually seized at the airport at Manaha International Airport. So I think it was it 9 kilograms?
Stupid enough.
Cannabis was actually seized. So apparently it came in from Bangkok via Tashkent.
Who'd be stupid enough to try? This is an inside job. Somebody didn't get paid. Somebody blah blah blah. Somebody's not in somebody's favor. Somebody pissed somebody off. Yusuf, how much did it weigh?
I don't know, man. What is this cannabis?
Now you play dumb. You know all that stuff you keep offering me. You can't try this, smoke this. You'll feel so much better.
That is the pan. It is.
No,
no, it's not.
Marijuana, wacky weed. It's Joanne. Like 3 crore worth of it. It wasn't emanating. It wasn't originating from India. It's coming through.
No. It came from. It said it came. It was recovered from a passenger who arrived from Bangkok via Tashkent. So it was apparently the Air Intelligence Unit of Goa Customs.
3 crore
actually made the major drug bust.
Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Well done.
So it said, acting on specific intelligence inputs, the customs officers intercepted the passenger when they arrived at Mopa.
I laugh when I think of our customs officers and the number of times that I've had to circumvent, try and weasel my way around because they're always so eagle-eyed. Well done for doing your jobs. You caught these guys with a lot of marijuana coming into this country.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bangkok, you've been there, right?
No, man.
But the question is, how the hell did they board it on the plane?
Well, how are you carrying 9?
Very good question, Willie. How did they get on the plane from Bangkok, from Thailand, through Tashkent?
Yeah, did he have a taxi waiting at the airport?
No, I'm saying to you, how did you get that on the plane in the first place?
Meanwhile, in the United States, cannabis transport companies, because it's legal there, see police officers as prime job candidates.
What's that mean?
That means they won't employ cops to transport cannabis.
What, in the cop cars?
In the US?
But it's legal in the States, mate. It's legal. It's a big difference. Let's not cloud the waters.
But you know what? A topic for the future, maybe. Maybe we should follow the same there. Here, you know
what?
Legalization and regulation of such kind of drugs, because it's going to happen, man.
Mate, alcohol.
These are gateway drugs, though.
Alcohol, nicotine.
There's no study that proves that.
Oh.
What?
Cite me a study.
What?
And if you can allow cigarette smoking, why not cannabis?
I agree to a degree, I have to say.
Well, I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
There are studies that prove
strongly.
There are studies that prove the death rate of smoking cigarettes.
I'm not going to get into the discussion right now, but I think it should be legalized. You can generate a revenue from cannabis if it's legalized and it's monitored and it's absolutely, what is the word? What am I looking for? Enforced. It's administered. It's people are watching it. They do it all around the world. Don't reinvent the wheel. Do what's being done. That's what we try to do here in India, dude. And you waste so much time, and more importantly, you waste so much money trying to reinvent the wheel. Why not copycat? Why not use an example or do something from somebody who's doing it really, really well?
Yeah.
Replicate it. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with it. Speaking of Mopa, there was a big thing about taxi operators, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The taxi operators were protesting. I was saying, did this guy have a taxi waiting for him outside? Because the waiting time has been extended.
It's not been extended. They've been given 5 more minutes for free because the taxi companies complained that it was too expensive to park their cars and all this crap. This is another mafia that's been operating here in Goa for many, many years. And I think, and this is my personal opinion, this is part of the reason you've killed the goose that laid the golden egg, because you have not enforced, like has been done all around the world, have people feel at ease to get into a taxi and know they're not going to be ripped off. These guys are not operating with meters. They don't want to have applications on telephones. They want to be able to be a mob that does what they do. And every time they make a noise, the government caves in. Joanne, they've given them 5 more minutes of parking is what it is.
Between 2 and 5 minutes, they're actually expecting them to pick people up and find their passengers very quickly.
You've got a lot of hardworking taxi drivers. I don't have anything about it.
To be fair, 5 minutes sounds ludicrous.
No,
why should, if you're a taxi driver, why shouldn't you be given more benefits? Yes? No, stop. This is not both sides of the coin. These are also hardworking going people.
Yes.
That should have to follow rules to generate a revenue, just like a fisherman, just like a carpenter, an electrician, like anybody that has a job. Yes? But if you've got rules and regulations that need to be enforced and administered, all I'm saying to you is the taxi company should be operating with meters. If anybody, just like in Mumbai, just like Ola and Uber and all these other applications, why should the taxi companies be treated any differently? Give them free parking at the airport. Don't charge them for it.
That's right.
Why should you be paying? It's your you've paid for the airport. You've paid the taxes to build the airport.
Yeah, that's right.
Why should you, and all of us citizens, the same thing, charge you a nominal fee to maintain the airport. You've got to maintain the parking and the gates and the paving and the painting. And yes, you do. Everybody should pay a little bit. That's not a revenue generator. It's basically for maintenance. But just like any country around the world, the taxi drivers should do the right thing. Operate with meters. You cannot, whether you're Indian or you're a foreign tourist, you should be safe to use public transport like a taxi and not be scared to get ripped
Basically, you're saying that if you don't put meters, you don't have a right to ask for the doing away with the 200 rupees fare.
Something like that, man.
Yeah, you cannot have it one way. It can't be a one-way street, right?
They're scared. They don't have any balls to make sure these guys follow the rules. They cave in every time. I'm going to give you the last word, like you always do, even in my life and my marriage, my darling.
Right, is that right? I just feel that before we leave, one of the biggest international topics this week is the protests in Iran, and I just feel like we need to say something about that, because apparently they've been protesting since the end of December, because there's been a huge economic crisis and inflation has gone through the roof, and people have started protesting. So I think, unfortunately, the government has been cracking down, and I believe that there was an internet blackout also during the week. But a lot of these people have built up the courage to protest because they want to see some changes, and it would be so amazing if their lives could change for the better.
This is a sad and depressing topic to talk about, because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about Iran. I care about the people. Just like I don't give a shit about any place else in the world, and you worry about human lives and the value and the quality of life, just like we talk about here in Goa. These poor Iranians have been screwed so long. They were, I don't know, the TV was on in the background, and I heard them talk about how, what is it called, inflation is in the millions. $1 is like a couple of million Irani, whatever the currency is. What's in Iran? Anybody? I'll give you 1,000 points right now. Irani currency. Can you believe with inflation, $1 worth a couple of million? You know, you've got to carry bags around to go to buy some eggs.
Yeah.
Inflation is that bad. And these poor, you've got the Ayatollah here on the screen. You've got these Iranian officials, just like these crooks in Goa, that are doing all these things and lining their pockets, and the poor people are getting screwed. They shut the internet off, by the way. That's like being in Margao.
Yeah.
So don't mind to go.
But the thing is, sadly, since the protest began on the 28th of December, about 2,500 people have been arrested. And they're saying, they were reporting at least 16 people have died. However, there seems to be more than that have actually died.
I'm sure there are. The numbers are much, much larger. The sad thing about it is DJ T jumped in, by the way. My man DJ F and T.
He ain't no superhero, right?
He ain't a superhero. But can you believe this guy? He's got the balls on him. He said that if the Iranian officials kill anybody, start shooting, America's going to shoot back. Can you believe in a sovereign country? My man DJ T told him, let them protest. Let them play that. This place is turn the volume up. I don't want to hear it. The place is ablaze. These people are so frustrated. Can you imagine, Ajoy, Willie, Neil, all of you guys, can you imagine having to carry bags of money around to pay your bills?
I pray I never see those days.
But these poor people have been gone. They've been put through this. And you've got an Ayatollah who's the supreme leader. You've got a government that's not doing a good job taking care of your citizens. And it's similar to what's happening here in India. You've got a government that doesn't take care of the people that put you in power.
The thing is,
and they're fed up. Yeah.
Any political system, whether it's authoritative or it's democratic, I don't think democracy is absolutely beautiful. Like, it's deeply flawed.
What, democracy?
Absolutely. You don't get it twisted, mate. Don't think that you are not controlled either, right? We have some privileges. Yes, we are definitely better off than Iran. But democracy also can be used as an authoritative means to control people from free speech. You do see that happening in these countries. People are languishing in jails without charges for 5 years, 10 years. How is it any different? My point is that my heart goes out to the Iranian people. I have a lot of Iranian friends when I studied in Bangalore, and they're the loveliest of people. Very, very proud, very, very proud people of their culture, of their
Iranian
history.
culture.
Yes, of the Iranian culture, and they're beautiful people, intelligent people, and they deserve to live a normal life. And everybody across the world has to have that right, the basic human rights of water, food, education, So I my heart goes out to them, and I pray that they're all safe. And I pray for better days for all the Iranian people. Yes,
as it should be. Your thoughts and prayers should go out to these poor people. Can I tell you, Iran was one of the most beautiful countries in the world when the Shah was there. They were one of the most forward, one of the most westernized. They did and people are happy. I don't give a shit about politics. I couldn't care about democracies and fascists and all these guys. There's always going to be flaws. At the end of the day, you've got to make sure that it's the people's views, the people's values, the people's voices that put these people in place. They have a say, and these poor Iranian people are just getting screwed. It's so sad, dude, because they really, really suffer. And this is not only one country. There's many countries around the world where these Somalia. We spoke about these poor the Somalis that are getting absolutely hammered.
Yes.
And your government. I don't want to see this, dude.
This is a woman, by the way, from Iran who's protesting.
Supposedly she should be, according to the government, she should be covered up. Yes. She's burning a picture which is sacrilegious of the supreme leader. She should be having a wrap on, a hijab or something on. She's just breaking the law in the country. But I'm saying to you, they're so fed up, they're frustrated. She doesn't give a shit anymore.
And I salute such people. This is.
I don't salute such people, dude. I don't know. Listen, mate,
excuse me.
There's a way
you've lived in a life of privilege. You've not lived under authority. You can't even say that. I challenge many people to do what she's doing here.
And you're lighting a cigarette.
She can be executed for this. Excuse me.
Lighting a picture with a cigarette out in the cold is making
It's a form of...
that is major for her doing that. But she's putting herself in danger by doing it.
Absolutely. You're putting your life at risk. Anyway, all right, enough of this.
What? This lady, she's been probably hit by the police, still protesting. Amazing. I you know what? I pray for a better world. I always want, us to live in peace and to live
Look
in
at that.
harmony.
Read that on top. It says, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I've been dead for 47 years. It's sad when it comes to that, doesn't it?
Yes, very sad.
And it's up to the next generation. This lady's a little bit older, but it's up to the next generation to make the change. My thoughts and prayers, our thoughts and prayers go out to the poor people that are suffering in these countries. It's not only Iran. Done, dude. No more. It's all around the world. We're going to draw this to a close. It's all around the world, and it happens everywhere. And at the end of the day, we're blessed to have what little we do have. It's not perfect here, but it's still home.
But that's true. But it doesn't mean that we have to be lackadaisical and get comfortable. We should expect more.
Get off your ass and get behind Judge Rebello.
I am. In fact, you and I, we started this for this very reason, so that we can discuss about these things. We have various ways of supporting a cause, and trust me, I will go and support Justice Rebello because it is a good cause. But I would say, give the Iranian people another piece of advice, and even the Venezuelan people as well. One, I know you're calling for the Shah to come back, but don't go back to the previous system, because in that itself was very corrupt. You cannot have one person rule, have absolute power, right? Even in Venezuela, make sure that you do what is right for you. Don't do what is right for, a corrupt politician, or even for Donald J. Trump or USA. Who are they? Your land for your resources for yourselves, and it should benefit you.
I'd vote for you.
Yeah,
You better.
it's for the people. And the really, really sad thing is, like that lady, she's saying, I've been dead for 47 years. Obviously referring to the fact that, being repressed and not being able to live a normal
the way women have to live.
Yes.
But not being able to live a life of freedom. I mean, it's horrendous. I believe we only get one life.
Yes.
And if that's it for some people, that's a crying shame. It really
Hopefully
is.
the next generation will make a change. You know what? I just thought about something. I want to have one of my friends on the show next week. He's a guy named Lawrence that I've known for a very, very long time. He's a young cat that plays basketball with me. And he's actually getting his shit together, and he's working out on the rigs, and he's working his tail off, and he's doing good things. And I'd love to talk to him about these kind of issues, these specific issues, and what the next generation, the hope for the next generation, the future generations is going to take over and inherit these problems that we're leaving to them. I want to have him on the show.
Guess what? I may have bumped into Lawrence on Friday night.
Have you?
At Bar the Goa.
What's it? He's a skinny, tall guy. Good looking cat, yeah?
I didn't think it's skinny, dude.
He's skinny, dude.
Is it?
No, he's been working out.
Yeah.
I see a photograph of him.
Yeah, but he's hung like a pimple.
Recently.
Sorry, Lawrence. Sorry, Lawrence. I didn't mean you're hung like a pimple. I mean that what happened. Well, no, I'm kidding. All jokes aside, he's an interesting guy because he's a local boy that's done good. He's worked hard and he works hard and he's got a good job and he's doing well. But we're talking about all these countries that are in absolute shit, in turmoil.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to find out from a young person who lives here.
Yeah.
How you plan on making a change? Otherwise, you're going to keep going and repeating the same thing over and over again.
Vote wisely. That's all I can say.
Vote what?
Vote wisely.
Yep, wisely. Vote
When's the
wisely.
next time people get the opportunity to vote then?
Where in India?
Yeah.
I think we go to state elections next year.
Okay.
And I think in another 3 to 4 years we go for General Assembly elections here in India. Yeah.
It's a crime. It's an absolute crime. It's so sad because I as somebody who's lived most of my life, feel so disheartened by the way things are going to a place. It's genuinely like watching somebody or something that you really care about just being destroyed.
I'm so sorry. I want to give a shout out. I want to tell you something. I think we've been just been followed by Jason D'Souza, the celebrity chef.
He's a very good friend.
He's a friend of ours.
Oh man,
Jason and Chris.
Thanks, Jason. Though I appreciate it. Thanks for following. More of the crazy one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Jason sent us cake yesterday. Let me tell you, Jason.
That's gorgeous.
That cake was awesome, man. Well, he's a famous chef, so I don't expect anything different. But the cake that he gave us yesterday, the carrot cake, was to die for.
Absolutely.
Thanks a million, ladies and gentlemen. We need to wrap up. We've been on the air for long enough. Again, this is the Merv Brito Show, and we appreciate all of you that tune in, that watch, that support. what we do. We're passionate and we get animated and we talk about things. And it's for no other reason than the fact is that we want to see change. We want things to change. Yeah. We're passionate about this place. We all live here and we love this place. And it gets to a point where you get frustrated and you don't know what to do and how to make the change. And that's what the Merv Brito Show is all about. We'd love you to get involved. It's an interactive show. Get involved with us. Send us a like, a message, share us. Yeah, go on.
Well, you can give the social media
handles. Put them up on the screen. Yes. Talk to me.
But let's do comments as well, right?
Are we going to do comments?
We have a few. And then there's
okay. You know what I wanted to just mention? I found it really
Can
sad.
I finish this?
No.
Hey.
Go on, Joanne. You do it quickly.
No, the reason why I
no. Do the social media. Got on the screen,
social media. Oh, please check out all of our social media handles, the Merv Brito Show. So you can check us out on Instagram, X, WhatsApp. We're actually going to create some WhatsApp groups. In fact, Facebook and YouTube, and obviously our website, themervbritoshow.com. So please do like, share, and subscribe.
Most important thing, you've got a telephone number 750-7246-246. We're going to be incorporating a lot of these phone calls and messages that you send us. Yeah. We appreciate you tuning in. If you like what we do, share, subscribe, tell somebody about it. We appreciate the support. Yes, Mr. Barreto, what were you going to say?
I always say, ask people to fact correct me, and somebody has corrected me. Yeah.
Fact check me. Not fat, not F-A-T, yeah? You're not that fat. You said I'll slap you. Whoever talk about my friend like that.
I was talking.
Yeah.
No.
Sangre?
No.
Okay. So Patricia Pinto has corrected me. She says, Ajoy, please get your facts right.
Yes.
Goa Bachao Abhiyan fought against the regional plan, correct, for Goa, and through the huge movement got the plan scrapped. I agree. And a new RP, that is a regional plan, was formulated. GBA did not fail. It did not fail.
Well done. Shut up, Ajoy. Shut up. Who was that? Who sent you that message?
Patricia Pinto.
Miss Pinto. Thank you. No, we're not. Ajoy's not doing it for any other reason. We're not always going to be correct. Ajoy, speak your mind.
No, I never said it failed, but I said it could have been something even bigger.
But at least Patricia's paying attention and she's correcting. I'm sure I say things that are wrong all the time. Patricia, at the end of the day, it comes from a good place. I remember Dr. Rebello and all these guys doing a killer job, mate. It's a hard, thankless, it's a no. Listen, guys, you've always got people slinging mud at you, and you've got to get out there in the forefront and try and do what you do because you're doing it for the right reasons.
But if you have an ability to take it even further, you should push it to the limit, right?
Yeah.
You should push it to the limit.
You have to push it, but I was just going to say earlier that I feel that it's a real shame that the AAP seems to have collapsed in Goa.
So, I'm not going to get into a politics, sweetie. I don't want to talk about this.
The reason I'm saying that is because there's only two parties and these
Two's bad enough.
But these guys were trying to make some additional changes and trying to get some cut through. And I just feel it's a shame because the leaders have resigned.
All right, I'm going to do, how many comments do you want to do? Quickly, let's do. Listen, I really want, I'm starving, dude. We've almost been 2 hours.
Yeah, one comment from a person.
Come on, quickly. Who's this?
So this is
Kevin. I'm going to guess. Take a while. Go out on a guess and say this is Kevin Rodricks 83. Kev_Rods_83. Authorities can't shut down illegal businesses or ban firecrackers, and we have to trust them on water pollution issues. Fish is Goan's staple meal, and MLAs knowingly and deliberately ignore this topic like every other issue in Goa. They will compensate and give medical care. GMC not for free, as some meds must be purchased from wellness pharmacy. It's a win-win situation. They create human lives don't matter. Only greed and to stay in power matters. Kevin, you're spot on, dude. All we're asking is for officials to do their jobs. I love the fact, thank you for your comment, by the way. I love the fact that people are aware. They know exactly what the hell's going on. You're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. They create these situations that are like win-win situations for themselves. They need to be held responsible. Neil Cadero, where is he? He looks like he's in a desert. That looks like a cactus behind him. Quite obvious that will occur with the amount of uncontrolled casinos and ships floating around. He's talking about the pollution. Yep. Sorry, guys, it's my mistake. We are talking about the topic of the poisonous fish, the polluted fish in Caranzalem. So these people are sending messages about these topics we spoke about. So Neil said, quite obviously that will occur with the amount of uncontrolled casinos and ships floating around. I agree with you, Neil.
We put out a reel after we talked about this last week on the show, and people are commenting on that specific reel.
I agree with you, Neil. There's a lot of pollution, but you know what? At the end of the day, there's sewage. There's so many different things that pollute our beautiful oceans. Casinos and ships and the barges that ply the river, they're just one part of this puzzle. But more importantly, Neil, you need the officials to be monitoring, the people that are in tasks, that are in charge, that are paid salaries to do their jobs, to monitor this and fine and catch the people that are breaking the rules and not doing their jobs. So, Neil Cadero, thank you for your comment. Guys, can we not do these comments when they're happening, or?
But this was commenting to the reel itself. This
All right,
reel was
we're
put
running out of time, guys. Enough of that. Talk to me.
Apparently, then there's a ship has been commissioned and built in Goa, which is India's largest pollution fighting ship. So it's been built here. So it's going to be sent out to sea.
It'll probably sink in a year.
Fight the pollution.
It's sad because nothing gets maintained, dude. Kudos. I love it. I love it. I love it. Great things that can happen. But at the end of the day, it's got to be maintained. You've got the biggest, most beautiful garbage treatment plant in Pilen. You've got some beautiful buildings that are being built. You know what pisses me off? The hop on and hop off buses, the electric buses. They've spent so much money on these beautiful vehicles that they don't even wash. It's a travesty. They've got a big ship now that's come out and they're doing all these great things. I hope they get maintained. I hope somebody does their job and does what they're supposed to do and take care of these beautiful assets that we have right here in this beautiful state.
Our armed forces, which includes, I think, by extension, the Indian Coast Guard, they're professionals. They'll maintain this stuff.
But they're not in charge. The military do a great job. They take care of their stuff. I'm not saying that, dude. I'm saying all these funds and tax dollars that we spend on these beautiful, brand new, shiny objects, they don't get maintained. They get run into the ground. Have you seen the hop on, hop off buses in Panjim?
I only see them hopping off, not hopping on.
Have you seen how filthy they are? Have you seen the beautiful electric buses that ply from the airports to Mopsa and Panjim? How filthy these buses. They don't get washed. They don't get cleaned. The seats are Ro-ro ferries. I want to know how long they're going to last. Guys, if you have something new, it's going to be new and shiny in the beginning. It's not going to last forever. Take care of these things. It's your taxpayer dollars that have paid for them. So I really do hope this boat, whatever this boat's supposed to be doing, is taken care of and it makes a difference. Something for us to be proud of. Are we gonna end? We gotta end the dude. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
You're hungry. Yeah, I know.
I'm hungry.
hungry.
I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into another episode of our show. This is the Murbritta Show, and it's a labor of love. It's something we do. We're very passionate about this place we live and love and like to share with the world. But sadly, it gets to a point where it becomes really frustrating because you're worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. You've tasked the people that are in power that have been voted into power by us. We have nobody else to blame, and you just hope and pray that they do their jobs.
Well, let's hope it's very productive in amongst the comfort breaks and food breaks.
For the assembly.
This week for the Goa Assembly.
Okay, final thoughts, anybody, before I end?
I'm jealous of those ministers. That's all I'm going to say.
That's a job that I want to have, man. I get paid a salary to show up at 11:30, have lunch at 1, tea break at 4, and then I've got to be home I got to leave at 6.
6, I know, yeah.
We are not that lucky in the jobs we work. We work our tails off. I get up every morning at 7 o'clock, and I'm probably one of the last. And we've got a lot of hardworking people out there in Goa. There's a lot of people that come and work for our company that we have that work their tails off, and they get paid well, but they work their butts off. And I wish our politicians would take example from these hardworking people. What time do you wake up every day, Mataji?
4 o'clock.
Shut up. Shut up.
Are you a part of the 5 a.m. club?
No. So you wake up at 4 o'clock? You wake up at 4 o'clock, go take a piss and go back to bed, don't you?
No.
What do you do at 4 o'clock?
Meditation.
Huh?
Meditation.
You meditate?
Basically sleep.
He meditates on how to screw up other people's day.
I didn't say that. That's not right. You wake up at 4 o'clock to meditate. What is it? What is the form of meditation that you do, Mr. Mataji?
I woke up and do
Sleep asana.
Uchasana, Yuchasana, Nirvana.
Sleep asana.
Sleep asana.
Sleep asana.
What sleep asana?
He does sleep asana. There's a lot of people that wake up very early and do a lot of different things. And I think government officials should be leading by examples. So it's not for me to judge. I can't throw a boulder, but I wish they would do more to protect and take care of this place that I love and cherish, and I've had the pleasure of living in for the last couple of years, that I call Goa, that people around the world come here on vacation to enjoy. And I hope they take care of it and can last another couple of centuries. Speaking of which, speaking of the next generation, we're going to be speaking to Lawrence Cavalli next week. We'll do some promos about him for him to let people know who he is and what he's about and why we're talking to him. But he's a young buck who's a local Goan that's done well. And I'd love to ask him these same questions that we're bouncing around in the studio.
Absolutely.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning into our show. The Merv Brito Show is on every Sunday. We do this show live. And yes, if you don't believe me, you've heard and seen all the screw-ups that we have. It is not edited. It's the only live broadcast show that we do every Sunday, 6 o'clock, where you can call and interact with us on our social media handles to know more and learn more about us. Check out our website, themervbritoshow.com. Social media handles on your screen for now. If you like what we do, support us. Leave us a like, a share. Subscribe to the channel. Tell people about us. This is Merv Brito, and we're going to be back on the air next Sunday. Quickly, you want to say something fast? Wish somebody.
No, I just wanted to say, Scarlett, I love you, and I really hope you're having a great birthday.
Anybody out there celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. We're out. We're going to do this once again next week. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned into our show. Hope you've enjoyed it. My name is Merv Brito, and until next Sunday, this is Merv Brito, out.